What is up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful, lovely, blessed day. I've been getting a lot of questions asking how to get a nuclear on COD Mobile, so I thought I'd make a video to show you how. It's actually quite easy if you follow these simple steps. The first step being know the game mode that you're going to play. You need a game mode that's going to give you enough time and kills available to actually get your nukes. A Naya incursion 24/7. 10 on 10 team deathmatch. All right, the second thing is to make sure you choose the right class. You're going to need a class that's going to give you things like, I use sleight of hand, you see on my gun, so I can reload quick. I use scavenger, so I don't have to worry about switching guns in this class. I have a SAM turret. I have sentry gun. These will not only protect areas, but prevent the enemy from getting anything up in the air. So this will help keep my streaks going, help keeping me alive. Now I could use this one if the enemy was real tough, but I'm gonna go with this one. It's for my domination, so I know I'll dominate with it. All right, so once you have the right class, you don't have to use exactly this class, but once you have the proper class with a few things that I know you will need, like lightweight and dead silence, you don't want to be heard. Those things will definitely help keep you alive. But once you have your game mode and your proper setup that's going to keep you alive, you're going to make sure that you have yourself a good route. Having a good route is part of map knowledge, which is very important. So you have to know your map, and you have to be able to know where the enemy's going to spawn. See, now I've played this a couple of times, and I know that they always spawn over here. So I cover, and get to these enemies before anybody. And now see that I have a good route. These guys are completely unsuspecting. This guy's route is going backwards, so he has no clue. These two guys probably are bots, how they're simultaneously dropping, but either way, they have no time to react because of this great route that's on the edge. If you look up at the radar, you'll notice that there's nothing to the left that can come and attack me, just me attacking from the left, hitting them to the right. So that's perfect. You got to have a good route. The next thing that's very important is you have to coordinate your streaks properly, and not only coordinate them, but don't be in a rush to get them once you get them. Don't be in a rush to call them in. So in this instance, like I said earlier, I'm using a SAM turret and a sentry gun with a care package. So I put the sentry gun down after I get all those streaks. I put that sentry gun down, and then I throw this SAM turret. Well, first I knock this guy off who's obviously can't get a good shot because I'm cover to cover, but I throw the SAM turret down, and that closes off that area. I know my team's coming from the other way, and they're spawning from this way, so that sentry gun's keeping them busy. Now what I'm going to do here is, after I throw this down, since me and this sentry gun have closed this area off, I'm going to try to push the spawn to go ahead and flip, and to see it's working perfectly timed. This care package lands. Now this is my small short score streak stack, and it's made just for getting the streaks quickly, getting them in, getting them out. It's definitely going to keep everything out of the air. Now you have to also remember, I was speaking about map knowledge. You have to know the map. You have to know your way around. I know this is a very popular area, so I put that trip mine there just in case anybody comes up to catch. Using the audio cues and the knowledge of the map to know where they are. You have to use all your senses to get in that flow to even get the nuke. So once you have your map knowledge, and as I said, you have to use all your senses. You have to use your ears. You have to have a headset so that you can hear where things are coming from. I'm actually hunting this dog right now, and I'm getting these kills along the way. It was this dog that I was listening for that led me to get those kills. The dogs are one of the streak killers. So you have to constantly check your radar. You have to constantly be watching, looking around, listening, using all your senses if you want to stay alive long enough to get that nuke. But checking the radar is one of the most important things. You're always looking up at the radar. See, looking at the radar, I knew these guys were here. They had no idea. They're like bots. They're not looking at all. So of course it made it easy, 3 kills to add to that streak to get that nuke. So you push, you got all your senses going. You got to keep moving around. You never want to stay still. You got to keep them guessing. You got to keep, moving around, using that map knowledge, listening, using the radar, peeking at the radar to see where the red dots. You're moving around. You're keeping the radar You got to use all your surroundings. You got to listen. You got to just use all your surroundings, and this will make it where you'll get into a flow to where you see how you're using this. I'm using the surroundings here. I know that those guys are there. I saw them on the radar. I at least saw one of them. So I put my sentry gun to help me secure this area. You got to secure this area. You gotta make sure that nobody can come from that area, and then I push over here to make sure that nobody's coming from this area. You got to secure a perimeter. Give yourself a safe zone to stay alive, just in case you run into a little trouble and need somewhere to duck into cover. See what once your streaks are going, you use this right flow, use your surroundings, expand your influence, stretch out that little area to where you know it's safe. You know it's safe, and you'll get into your vibe. You'll get into your vibe. And to the point where you're ahead. You have to think ahead. You have to be ahead of them. In this instance, I wasn't using scavengers, so I knew I would run out of bullets, so I needed to switch guns. And this is not in the heat of battle, but just because I'm paying attention to all these things, it allows me to think ahead, to know that I need to switch guns soon. That comes from just playing. You have to practice. Thinking ahead will only come after you're comfortable and after you've played and got practice.
Enemy contact.
You'll learn things like to stay alive, how to bob and weave and use your surroundings so that you're in and out of cover, and you're constantly moving, so the enemy never really knows where you are. You're thinking ahead to make sure that you have enough of the things you're going to need to stay alive. You cannot get the nuke if you don't have the ability to keep yourself alive for an extended period of time, obviously. So once you take all these things, put them together, you get a sense of where the enemy's gonna be. Your streak game is on point. You'll get this vibe to where you can just pop out. Like, you have to pop out in and out of cover. You have to pop in and out of cover. Keep it moving in and out of cover, from one cover to another, one cover to another. Once you get this going, a sense of knowledge, pop out in and out of cover, you'll be unstoppable. You'll get into a flow where you'll feel like you just can't be stopped. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl, just in and out of cover, in and out of cover. You'll be untouchable. You'll be beautiful, baby. You'll be unstoppable. I know I'm making it sound easy, but if you take all of these things and combine them and have them in your subconscious before you even hit the battlefield, and it gives you a plan, it becomes easy. You don't have to worry about that because you know. So enough talk. Let's just show you how it's done. If you watch this video, you'll see that everything that I spoke about in the previous portion of the video was at play here, and this is basically how you get a nuke. All right, so I hope you enjoy. So as you can see, I am still playing an Anaya Incursion 24/7. That's a 10v10 team deathmatch, which gives me plenty of people to kill to get this nuke. And I'm running a good route. I always like to run my route on the edge of the map because it gives me an extra player, not only an extra player, but a reliable player. I know that no one can come from my left side here. I know that my left side is protected, so all I have to do is worry about my front, back, and to the right. And having that allows me to, plan ahead even before I start moving. So I have my route, and I start using the radar to just get a sense of where they are. Also using not only the red dots, but where I see my people are, because even though these guys are, more than likely bots, because you get a lot of bots on your team, you can at least use them as distractions. The bots will shoot at each other, whether they're human or actual bots, they will shoot at each other. And if your route is right and proper on the edge, you'll always somehow end up flanking them. So you pop in and out, flank, pop in and out, reload, keep it moving. Don't just keep popping out of the same spot. Using your blue guys, and before you know it, you guys will have that whole area secure. If you're doing it properly, and don't have on scavenger, you'll probably run out of bullets. So don't forget to think ahead and switch out those guns on some of those kills you get, some of those early kills, to make sure that you have two reliable weapons, or make sure you have reloaded weapons. All right, so I get it popping, and I have a score streak that covers everything that I will need. As I said, I like to try to cover all my bases, especially when I'm going for nukes. So I have to have a SAM turret. That way I keep the skies clear. Them not knowing where I am without me having to use Ghost allows me to use Scavenger in this instance, so I don't have to worry about switching guns, and I always got bullets. But just make sure that they have no score streaks up that'll attack me, like stealth choppers, or they don't put up any counter UAVs, any of that. Just bobbing and weaving, keeping the skies clear, running the edge of the map, keeping my route good, and just picking them off one by one. Sometimes every once in a while I'll find a little cluster, maybe get me 2 or 3 in there, but just securing those edges, baby, making sure that my perimeter is secure before I dip into the middle and start hunting those red dots. Make sure that I don't have to worry about them hunting me, because we're getting rid of their aerial score streaks, their UAVs, counter UAVs, any stealth choppers, that kind of thing. So peeking, popping in and out, getting good angles, getting good flanks, seeing them before they see me. All of this is very important in staying alive and making sure that I have a chance to build up those kills. Also, I've noticed that once you get in a good groove and you're flowing, the enemy seems to be kind of flustered. They seem to notice that they're getting popped, and they're probably getting frustrated, and before you know it, you've maxed out and got a swarm going. And once you have these raining shurikens, you know what I mean? Once you have these doo-doo droppings, these bird droppings from the sky hitting them, they're definitely going to want to try to get indoors. You got them in shambles at this point. So now it's time to crank up the volume. You want to be indoors, picking anybody off, trying to get in. You want to make sure that, all the indoors is secure. Remember, you're running routes back and forth, just picking them off. Good flanks, while the bots on your team are getting knocked off, helping them keep their streaks going. You got your SAM turret up to make sure none of them are in the air or affecting you. So just securing your perimeter, in and out of cover, making sure you're hunting those dots, staying calm, never pushing yourself, never putting yourself in a position to where you can't duck into some cover and exactly pop out, get some kills. Now I threw this one down because I knew my other one was gone, and I just felt like after a while they may have something up, and I got a good one going. I want to be a little bit ahead of them, so I'm thinking ahead with that SAM turret. I feel like my streaks will be coming pretty regularly. The swarm's already over with, but it at least got, look at the map. Right now I know exactly where everyone is, because my whole team's over here. They're going to be coming from the direction that's to my back, so I'm going to want to turn around here. Yeah, exactly. I know just from checking that radar that these enemies should be somewhere. I'm hunting this guy using the sound. I knew it was a guy around here somewhere. I couldn't quite figure out where he was, and I wanted him. And right there, that's just better control, better gun skills right there, because that guy should have definitely killed me, but probably a bot pushing around, just holding this area down. You know what I mean? Just keeping it secure, not really moving out till I know that I've cleaned out everything from that area, so nobody should be coming from behind me unless they spawn. This helps give me the confidence I need, using that radar to know that I got a bunch of blue dudes here. Even though they could be useless, at least they're useful in the sense that they'll make a good distraction. Also, when you're getting shot, knowing the direction you're getting shot from, to not turn around and try to engage, but to run and try to get some cover, this is very important. You got to know when to fold them, to come back. It gives you an idea of where you want to come back to. These were the guys that were just shooting at me. I knew they were there because they were shooting at me. They didn't finish the job. They didn't think that maybe I need to look to the right because I was just shooting at a guy, and it makes it easy to pick them off. A lot of cover to pop in and out of over here, and just keep it moving. Just keep it moving, and before you know it, you'll have that little icon at the bottom of the screen to tell you to pull the briefcase out. It's actually pretty easy, man. And if you don't get it on the first try, just having these good habits makes it where this becomes second nature. To be honest, when I got this nuke, I didn't plan on getting it. It was just I got in the groove, and before I knew it, I had it. I'm gonna try to switch classes and just get another one, just to make sure it's not a fluke. We don't like any fluke nukes around here. And keep with the channel. We're gonna be dropping good content to help make you better players. I don't want to be out here just ninja slicing bots like I just did right here. I want to actually have some competition, so stay tuned, get better, and we will see you out on the battlefield. Thank you for watching. All right, let's go.
Need backup.